Welcome. This is Barry Jones from the Angel School, and we're here for our weekly angel reading for January the 14th through the 20th, 2019. So let's take a moment to breathe deeply and to focus our attention around our heart center, is where they're indicating, and just allowing yourself to feel nurtured by this time and space that you are creating for the awareness of your heart chakra energy here, this energy center, and feeling this radiant light, this light of love and balance. They're kind of showing me almost sort of a yin-yang symbol. So there where you see the dark and the light balanced together. And the energies of the masculine and feminine energies sort of focusing through the heart center and bringing unity to sort of this both aspects of yourself, and the desires of your prayers are always sort of coming, forming with the balance of these energies, cooperating and together. So it feels like that you're going to come to a place or have an experience where you are receiving sort of a balanced perspective. It's very interesting, and just like what I'm seeing is this mushroom, which is my symbol for abundance. But I'm seeing it, one side is dark and the other side is light, so it's that yin-yang analogy again. I'm also seeing the chest or breast, and again the same thing, one is light and one is the dark, so that yin-yang energy. But these two symbols give me a sense of blessings, nurturing blessings, and discovering perhaps within yourself a balance that allows you to nurture what you wish to fulfill, and also at the same time to accomplish, have a sense of accomplishment of your desires. So they're writing the word grasp as if you may be able to almost reach out and take, have a sense of obtaining your goals, as well as, and they wrote the word give, and there's a sense that you have this sense at a time you have so much to give, and that it's time to actually put that into action, to start sharing it, to put it, sort of, they wrote the word test, and as to say, sort of take it for a test run, so to speak. So you're getting sort of intuitive insights, but you may be judging them a little too critically, and which is not giving these insights enough room to breathe. Don't worry about what could not possibly happen, but focus on the love of this gift or this service, or the idea or dream that you're having. Focus on the joy that you feel within yourself and the love that is flowing for you around this idea. This is really important because this is the alignment of feeling. This is when you have been sort of drawn into your vortex. And when you're in that place, every idea, every solution that you have, or sense of direction or plans that you're making is coming from within the vortex, which means that you need not question the outcome. It's when you actually go to question it, is when you sort of take yourself out. You're going to slowly start to talk yourself out of that place of alignment, where when you're in that place, when you're feeling that joy, when you're feeling yourself vibrating, and like the energy is running up and down, you're like this battery of energy. When you're feeling that, everything that you're doing is drawing towards you every opportunity that you need to make this occur. And it's really important for you to understand that when you're having these feelings, when your passions are just flaring, this is where you're experiencing, or this is what they want me to say, your point of attraction and your alignment with it are one. You're not resisting it in any way. And so therefore, to keep focused in that vibration, and they're writing the word orgasm. So it's sort of similar to when we get really excited and charged about something. It's like we feel like we're having this multiple orgasm in a sense. And this is where everything that you do, every idea that you receive and that you act on is bursting with alignment. You know, that you're just getting all these signals from within that you're on the right path, that you're doing the right thing, that you're in your zone, that all the different ways that we may perhaps describe this very powerful moment when shifts occur, where profound changes or revelations are revealed to you. So it's when it's like what happens is when you call yourself trying to have a level head and to be practical, and you start analyzing this, and then what you do is you take yourself out of this place, and then you say, okay, now let's just make some decisions here, now you have a cooler head. But what you're doing is creating a lot of effort, because now without the support of that alignment, now you have the feeling of effort in order to make things happen. So it's really important to trust and have faith in the connection that you feel about a particular thing or situation when it's occurring, to stay there and it's like in that moment of that cosmic orgasm, it's a moment of great brainstorming, where the universe is brainstorming with you, and the universe is able, you're so wide open that the universe is able to give you clear signs, give you help sort of reshape your beliefs, maybe even your identity, so that everything, you're so malleable in this frequency, because when you're anxious, you're holding, but when you're allowing the pleasure of your soul to engage with you, you are releasing, therefore allowing. And so they really want you to get that it's not to this thing of let's get real. This is the energy I keep feeling that wants to keep contradicting. Let's get real for a minute here, and let's think about this logically. Let's look at this practically. And when we start doing that, we are restricting or limiting all of the possibilities that we could possibly be receptive towards. So they want you to just let go. They're right in the word. Just release, let go, and enjoy. They want you just to release, let go, and enjoy. Try to enjoy. When you find yourself struggling, where it's a lot of effort to do what you want to do, then try to find a way to enjoy whatever it is that you have to do. Some things you may say are just, I have obligations and responsibilities. I have goals, I have dreams, I have desires, and in your mind, all of these things are just as important. Your dreams aren't more important than your obligations and your responsibilities. And the thing is that you want to always find this place of alignment. You want to let these rockets sort of launch within you, these desires. You want to feel the passion. You want to, have this life be always sort of this cosmic orgasm. So try to find a way to enjoy whatever it is that you have to do, whether it's a responsibility or an obligation. You can approach it from a place that allows you to feel like you are giving something meaningful. And the only way that you can give something meaningful is that you have to connect with the good purpose that you're doing. You can go about it by resisting and regretting, or you can sort of look at it in a positive light and see, what you're really giving, and to what's the contribution you're making in doing this, and shift this for yourself. Okay, so this is really important, but they want you to just recognize when you're in this place to keep appreciating that alignment, those feelings. Know that when you're in that place, that this is the time to trust. When you feel, just use that word again, when you're feeling that cosmic orgasm about life, about something that has captivated you, just allow yourself to appreciate and trust what you're receiving, and jot down and put those ideas down, and make time in your calendar to sort of when you're going to act on those things, or make appointment with yourself to investigate these ideas and see what you discover, what comes out of these opportunities that are being gifted to you from the universe. So there's a sense of gifts coming in the form of inspired ideas. And this is to sort of bring balance to some sort of emotional or vulnerabilities that you've been experiencing. These are sort of going to, I'm getting a feeling like this is sort of an answer to prayers, solutions that you couldn't arrive at them on your own until you let go and you started finding ways to enjoy every circumstance, no matter how challenging it is. And then when you let go of, being frustrated, then you're able to receive. Okay, and so don't buck things like being restless, because it's a signal that you are receiving a ray of hope from your higher self, who's holding your purpose and knows your desire and what fulfills you, and is reminding you that no matter how bad and yucky you're feeling right in this moment, that the reason that you're restless, the reason that you're not happy, is not because the situation is making you unhappy. It's reminding you that you're unhappy because you deserve to be happy and fulfilled and to not settle. And so the restlessness is reminding you from your higher self to not settle, because it's shining the ray of hope. It's shining the opportunities and blessings and rewards towards you. When it comes into your consciousness through the ego, it is activated as restlessness. And so don't resist this feeling. When we have these kind of feelings, just think of them, every last one of them, no matter how they manifest through your ego, and in terms of negativity, it's all reminding you that you're supposed to be happy, and that to remind you that you don't like the direction you're going, so change it until you get the feelings of relief that eases the resistance and allows you to find the flow of your cosmic alignment once again. So we often resist, and the way that we resist is that we just affirm the negative feelings. So if the negative feelings make you feel depressed, then you start just finding reasons for why you are this way, and you'll say, well, I'm just not good enough, and that's not what it's saying. It's saying you're not good enough to be feeling like this. You're not good enough. You're better than this, and not that you are this, but you're better than that. The universe isn't saying you're that. Yep, that's what you are. Yep, we agree. No, it's saying you're better than that. So that means that don't settle. Keep moving in a new direction until you find that you're in the flow again. And one of the things is, we've said this before, is that usually what the ego does when you have a lot of problems, when you think my life is full of problems, well, yeah, because the only thing that the ego can follow is more problems. The worry and problems are a distraction from opportunities. That's what the problem is. Because have you ever noticed that when you have a problem, you have multiple problems? They seem endless. Your mind can't stop finding them or thinking them up. And a lot of them are fluff. They're extra, they're thought up just to keep you in the cycle, to keep you distracted, so that you don't have any awareness of any opportunities that are available to you, or any attributes or qualities, good qualities. It distracts you from all of that. And that's why we've suggested, and I discovered personally for myself, that the putting those worries, especially the responsibilities and obligations, in the calendar, in your smartphone calendar, to planning when you're going to deal with them. So now you don't have to worry about that you may forget it, or that you haven't, or have your mind keep telling you, see, you haven't done that yet. See, you haven't done that yet. See. That's why you're no good. I mean, it probably says worse, and probably some of yours, it doesn't say it quite that way, but that's the general consensus, and we absorb the feelings and agree somehow, and then we try to avoid, or we don't try, but we just end up avoiding. We're scared to confront these what seemingly are problems. A lot of them aren't. And once you start planning when they're going to deal with them, and when you wake up and you just do it, you execute them, then you start to feel a sense of accomplishment. They don't even seem that difficult, because they're no longer all bottled up in your mind as this collage of nonsense. And now they're planned out, and you can deal with them. And a lot of the stuff that was just fluff around it happens to be, that dissipates like a mirage, because you realize, why was I so concerned about this? I don't need to do this. Like, there's some things that are telling you, got to do this now. And then when you plan everything out, and then you go to do it, it's like, I don't really need to do this. Like, I could do this another day. And you put it in that other day in the calendar, and you'll see that all the stuff that you thought was pressing, a lot of it isn't that big of a deal. It's just that when you let your mind focus on problems instead of creative imagining or executing the solutions and inspired ideas, your mind it becomes all sort of stuck and blocked. So try to not allow yourself to get all wound up. When you're all wound up, that means I'm not in alignment, and I need to change this process. And the process of worry is a distraction from noticing opportunities and being engaged in them. And so you need to create a process that counteracts it, but does not avoid it. So you say, okay, you want to do this now? You want to talk about problems of mind? Okay, the ego. Okay, let's do this, and use the ego. Turn it around and say, okay, you're giving me brainstorming. You're helping me to look at all this stuff. Now the process I'm going to do is I'm going to do something productive. I'm going to write all these things into my calendar, and then I'm going to take them, deal with them one at a time. And then you're going to change that energy to I'm overwhelmed. I'm not good enough, to I'm taking care of one thing at a time. And then you start to feel productive and successful. And you just shift. So it's about a process. The ego is a process, but you have to have a process that's healthy. So, because the ego's process creates dysfunction, but with this process, you create function. And that's what we're sort of aiming for in this whole discussion that they're helping you with. Okay? Let's take a look at the card for the theme of the week. And let's see. Okay, we haven't had this card in a very long time. And this is angel therapy. And this is kind of appropriate to what we were just discussing. It's Archangel Raphael, and it says, give your cares and worries to the angels and allow us to take your burdens. Okay, so in this week, there is a sense of that we can try to deal with too many things on our own, and we don't ask for the help that we need, and we don't try to help ourselves. And we can help ourselves by this process I just described to you. It's a huge help. I mean, it's helped me tremendously, and it just takes a lot of what problems create is a great deal of fear. And fear that I'm just hearing right now is only when we don't release the creativity. So it's energy that we don't do anything with. That's what, because our truth is that we're divine channels, we're creators of inspiration and love and so on and so on. But when we don't release that, meaning we don't give it somewhere to go, it backs up, becomes toxic, and accumulates as into an energy of fear. Because one of the things I've always noticed is that when I have a lot of things or sudden changes, and then there's all these other things going on, I become afraid of the world. Like I feel like I can't take care of myself. Like I need my mommy and my daddy to do things for me. You just go back to this like child, like you feel like you crawled into a fetus position, and you just don't want to deal with the problems. I mean, the simplest ones and the ones that seem enormous, all the gravity of them together just seems like too much, and you crawl into like a sort of an energetic fetal position, and you just don't deal with them, and that's the process to break. And the only way to break that process, when you are so convinced that you're not good enough to handle it, and that the most horrible things are going to happen because you feel threatened by your problems. As if it's a bill collector, or whatever. You feel like you're being hunted. And so the only way to counteract this fear is first by dealing with it in this way, by putting everything into an action plan, making a time when you're going to deal with it so that you don't have to worry about it right now, that it really does release some of the anxiety. All right. So I'm going to go ahead and let's take a look at the cards for the beginning of the week. And let's see what we have. Okay, so here's that word balance. And I was seeing those images of the yin yang. This is traditionally the temperance card and the tarot. So this card says, take everyone's input into consideration, more viewpoints to create a better solution. Take your time. Okay, there's no need to rush. So there's a feeling that, when you get anxious and you are looking at things, in that energy, this is an example of not being in alignment, being in the vortex. And what you really want to do is you have to take that time to slow down inside of yourself, okay, and breathe. Breathing brings you back, helps you to bring you back into focus. All right, that's one of the reasons. Don't worry that you can't stop your mind or from doing anything, but that you could focus on your breath or anything that will help you to focus. But the thing is that breath, because it brings you into your body. And so that's the thing that we want to do, is to always bring you back into your body. It's sort of like what happens is that our souls sort of tries to escape and it ends up floating above. And so you can call upon like your earth dragon to ground you. If you just call on your earth dragon right now and ask the earth dragon to ground your soul in your physical body and in your physical experience, and to ground you into the earth, okay? And you can do this, they're telling me, for groups of people. So if you're, I'm getting a sense that you also may be having some issues sort of with groups that you're working in and finding a balance, finding a commonality. And this is kind of something that's going on right now politically. So we could all together ask that the various parties are ask their earth dragons and earth dragons to come in and balance and ground each individual so that they can actually hear each other, get out of their ego, be present in their body and with their higher consciousness to really hear, to receive the actual solutions. So whether this is for our governments or at your job or in your home, remember to do this, to call in your earth dragons to ground your frequency, so the first that you can be grounded, and then the group that you're working with. All right, and then notice the shift and the energy alignment that you feel and what things you start to notice. It's like you've been hearing the same conversation, but all of a sudden you hear something sort of in the cracks, or you see points in that you didn't see before in the cracks of what's been perpetuated the whole time. And then you are able to create balance. And that balance doesn't necessarily mean agreement or that you just see eye to eye, but that you start to understand. And when you understand, that means the minds have been open so that now you can make sort of compromises that allows everyone to. It sort of allows you to have respect for what others may be needing and a way to help them to get what they need. Okay, so you just get to the real core needs, the more the priorities that are needed. Okay, so let's take a look at the card for the middle of the week. All right, and this is the Prince of Autumn, or the Page of Pentacles. And so this card says happy news about your career, promotions or scholarships, well thought out plans that go perfectly, needing a little push to get going. So this card, I'm getting a sense, is indicating that there is an opportunity for new negotiations. This is the word that's kind of coming through, and I'm seeing the word agreement. So it seems like something is going to. There's going to be some breakthrough. Something is going to penetrate the negotiations, or something's going to penetrate everyone's heart, and you're going to create something new, something a better idea of sorts. Is sort of what I'm sensing or feeling, and sort of seeing here, and so it's going to take a little time, but it's going to, at least you're going to, because the page is about early development. Okay, and so, but something's going to sort of shift, and a new development, and it's just going to somehow. What I'm getting is that things will get off to a better start. So, pay attention. Again, ground. Ask your earth dragons to ground you, and then pay attention to what happens, especially for something personal for you. I'm seeing the word expression. So this may allow you this challenge to find a new creative expression for yourself. So I feel like a development in a skill, or it may lead to some other area of work that you may find yourself suitable for. So it feels like, these opportunities are like bridges that they like a new avenue opens up that you weren't hadn't possibly considered before, and that now is open to you. Also just saw the word scholarship for some reason. So there could be some financial opportunity out there to support you going back to study something, or to learn something. I also feel like you could get money for something, to help you fund something. So maybe there's some kind of funding to help you to do something. All right, so be open to these ideas, or look into things like, I don't know, GoFundMe or something of that nature, okay? All right, and so we're seeing here the 9 of Winter, and this is the card that, shows how we just worry. Okay, and it says unfounded fear, focus on the worst case scenarios, allowing worry to grow out of proportion to the problem. And this is what you have to understand. This is what worry does. It blows things out of proportion. This is what fear, so this is why you never want to try to fix anything when you're in that frequency, because it's going to blow everything that you're getting, everything that you're receiving, everything that you think that's going on is blown out of proportion to some degree. And it doesn't matter to what degree, how little, how large that degree is, that any amount lacks integrity. And therefore, you can't honestly offer or be in your power or offer your truth, is something I'm trying to get out. I feel these words coming. It's about being in your truth and standing in your power, and when you're afraid, you're not in your power. I don't care how logical your thinking seems, or how like you're assessing the situation and you're judging it and saying this person is this and that. And I don't care how much how right it feels that you are. When you're not in alignment, you're always a little off or a lot. And we want you to ground, be in your body, be in the wisdom of in the channel of your Holy Spirit, and then make decisions, then act on your priorities and the solutions that are being given to you. All right, let's take a look at the card I've already pulled from the bottom of the deck. So here we have another Prince. This is the Prince. And this is interesting because this is the restlessness I was talking about earlier. All right, and the Knight of Wands, or the Prince of Spring, I always associate with, this is someone who's definitely the court card, the fire, that they have a lot of energy. They can be motivational, the king, inspirational, the queen, and charged or restless, the knight, and very bright and just very bright and inventive, quick learning, quick to catch on the page. And so this is to let you know that number one, if an event may happen very quickly, and things just may, you may not have a lot of time to think about it, but it's not about the thinking, it's about following the passion. Okay, so something just kind of swoops in, and it's an opportunity for you. You can either go with it or not. But the thing is to follow your heart. Don't get stuck in your head. And for me also, that restlessness, if you're feeling, then something comes through to give you something to do to channel that energy. So don't just sit around and ruminate, ruminate. Take a plan of action, like we said. Even to start with the calendar thing, that'll get you going, get the momentum going. All right, so I send you lots of love and angel blessings, and thank you for joining us. And if you're looking for an angel reading, you can go to my website, theangelschool.com, which you can click on the link below this video. Remember the weekly card messages for on my Facebook page. You can read through Twitter or the link that's below my Facebook page link. So have a wonderful week, and God bless you all.